Welcome to session 20 of Spelljammer. Who has a recap for me?
I have a recap. I listened to the episode because it's been so long, I was afraid I wasn't going to remember what happened.
Who am I again?
I don't remember. I'm terrible with names. You have a big sword that's in stone.
Well, certainly a lot of meat in a very tight suit.
Yes.
The sword isn't in a stone anymore.
Yeah, no, it is not.
It's in a scabbard now.
It is in a scabbard. Runes personal log supplemental 29th day of flame rule. So we're on this mission to mess with the operations of the people who tried to kill us and disrupt the academy. Vokath, I think his name was. Anyway, I found a spider's nest, sort of, and it tried to kill me. That's nothing special in of itself. Lots of things try and kill me. It's the stuff it did before that. It reached into my memories and put me right back on the ship where everyone died. I was scared again. I thought I was over it. I'm not. I'm terrified and I miss my family and I want to go home to a home that doesn't exist anymore. I hate them and I hate myself for being afraid. I wasn't even there when the rest of my friends killed the creature. Ido came and found me, and he was kind, trying to make me feel better, but I feel like his brand of medicine isn't quite what I need. Probably need to speak to his sister, I think. To make the whole experience even worse, Goon was acting weird again, saying strange things about his father and putting a brain back in his skull. I don't think I have the spoons to go trying to help with that one at the moment. We needed to continue though, and there were still large parts of the asteroids to explore. We found an abandoned ship covered in webs, probably the first place that creature attacked. Goon mentioned something about the incident with his ship, but it wasn't that one, apparently. Going further in, we found another ship and took out the lookout in the crow's nests and finally found the place where the leader was. And you aren't going to believe this, but it was Miken's fiancé, who we proceeded to ambush with a grenade. Mark returned to sender. A lot of fighting later, and one attempt at running away, and we were the proud owner of a new ship. Ido called it something, the Idolamus, whatever. He was
Dr.
very
Idolamantis James, MD.
Yes, he was very keen on the name. A captured fiance and a successful mission. Oh, and we met Vokath, or at least had a very short chat with him. At least I think it was him. But that was it.
Excellent, bravo. Inspiration point for you, sir.
Huzzah!
They say you should start as you mean to go on. So, could Faxus roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Who left the sherry drawer open?
That's a dirty 20.
Baxis.
Beats it. Could everyone roll me a Wisdom saving throw?
Oh,
yes. As soon as I find some dice, bear with.
6.
I don't know what's coming.
18.
Say again?
18.
Can I do anything about that? Shit. Okay. I'll use one roll of lucky.
23.
Wisdom normal. 13.
To know. So, you completed your raid on the asteroid belt, scoring yourselves a few pretty new ships. Got some base galleons, wooden construction with a boring old Spelljammer helm, but you also came away with the cream of the crop, a star moth. This particular one called the Dark Star.
These ones were grown, right? Not.
Yeah, this one's weird. Very pretty.
Just
Ido
check
was
instruction.
Ido was very happy with this one. He quite liked it.
Ido was just pleased to put his name on a ship. Joe, however, was fucking lighted. I was filled with delight.
Angel or regular?
Diet.
Diet delight.
Yeah, it's the kind of joy you experience when you're severely clinically depressed. You know, through a filter.
Angel delight very low in calories though.
Angel Delight's lovely. Yeah.
Not had it in
What's
years.
Angel Delight now? Oh, you bastard! Why do you say that?
It's easy to get, but as long as the session ends early, you might be able to get it. Anyways, enough talk of Angel Delight.
So, what was the result of these saves then, Rich?
So, I'm assuming post asteroid mission, your intentions were to go back to Spelljam Academy with these new ships and gear and stuff in tow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was only like 4 or 5 hours away from Toril. But as you head back, Vaxis, you feel violently sick. Isn't that something? Not just something you ate. It sort of little, not quite, but it almost feels like it's touching your soul a little bit. Luckily, with your con save, which was set at DC 20, you don't suffer any permanent or ill consequence. But something that you had last session really disagreed with you.
Ido, are you alright? Sorry, Vaxis, are you alright?
Okay there, old boy. A little green around the gills, and it's funny because you shouldn't have gills.
And you're winking at me, and not in a suggestive way. It's kind of like a I'm having a stroke way.
I
From
feel
my
like
medical knowledge, I believe he's either constipated or mourning.
honestly, it does feel like a cross between those two things.
See, I'm a good doctor.
Did somebody die? I didn't die.
No.
Am I dead?
Your colon?
You may make an Arcana or Medicine check if you'd like.
I would absolutely love to do either of those things.
I feel
Virgin.
like I've been punched in the soul.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe someone hit me with a space bike in the soul.
And as I have very weird, thready, fadey magic that is ish soul linkedy, with an 18 plus. What are my psionic dice right now? Are they D6s?
D6, yeah.
D6s. This one. Sure. So 22.
So, what was your check, Ido?
30 Arcana.
It's not because I use the Dust of the Wanderer, is it?
It is because you used the Dust of the Wanderer. So there is strong evocation energy coming off Axis. Off Axis. Whatever it's doing, it's good for him in a way. It's curing all his wounds. It is giving him the effects of a long rest. But no one's supposed to get that in a short amount of time. And whenever you consume food, you should always check the allergies on the back.
I believe your wax wings may have melted as you flew too close to the sun, old boy.
So, Rune, using your string-based fate powers, you can see a tiny thread from the vial that still has 2 charges left inside of it, worming its way towards Vaxis. The thread is fading. It will eventually go in the next few hours.
I thought it had a total of 4 charges at maximum, and I've only used it once.
Ooh.
I thought there are 3 total, but if there are 4 total, I'm happy to go by.
It says 4 on the.
If it says 4 on the item
Foundry
description,
sheet.
then there are 3 left. But
Is that something he doesn't want to be snooting too often?
That's
Indication?
that thread, you've got the weird thread, like a loose thread, and it's all tangled up in your threads, and that's probably not good. I don't know much, but that seems bad. You've
Based
got
on... Gone.
you've got bad threads, like a sweater.
Oh, he's got worms. Oh, well, I can help with that.
I don't see any worms.
Intestinal.
Yeah, I think I just need to work it off.
No,
based
see,
on...
that is not that. No, because you see, that is your solution to everything, and it's wrong. Let Ido help you.
Okay.
Do you want me to try medicine?
Go for it.
I'll call Audley, and my little stick dude in the lab coat will pop out to give me help action.
Was it bad? Was it very good? Was it natural 20 good?
It's like 30.
34.
Did you give yourself guidance as well?
I got a guidance and advantage, and I got the nat on the second one because the first one was a 4, which would have made it only an 18.
So, Ido, from your perspective, you will give the most infuriating note that any doctor can give you, which is, there's not a lot I can do, get some rest.
Yeah.
Because Ryan had succeeded on the saving throw, there is nothing
There's
more
nothing to
do
cure.
here.
Okay.
But by the time you reach back to port, the effects will have gone. What you do know is that repeated usage of such a substance can lead to more extreme and addictive properties.
Nice. I will give that warning, like when a doctor says, and how many units of this dust of the Wanderer would you say you consume in an average week?
This was my first ever sampling of it.
Honest, Doc.
It might also possibly be the last.
1,000,000 to 1 chance, Doc. 1,000,000 to 1 chance.
I wouldn't recommend it. I've never seen an item with strings before. That's a new one.
This.
Well, it did what it
this
said it was
was-
going to do. It gave you a long rest. It cured you.
Certainly complex. Do we know that we made Wiz saving throws as well?
No.
Cool.
This is possibly something that I'm not keen on holding on to after this experience. Does anyone else want this dust?
Dust tends to play havoc with the old tracheoles for me, I'm afraid.
No, thank you. If
Goon.
Ooh, we could find Mickon and force feed him 3 doses of it.
no, he's really had a bad time of it already.
That does seem unnecessarily mean. I'll just hold
Fair
on
enough.
to it for now.
I think that's probably for the best. You never know, there might be an emergency.
Yeah, I think, mostly I'd be more interested in giving it to an ally who we're not keen on.
Sort of complex kind of enemies to lovers kind of thing.
I am not giving this to Vina.
I mean,
No one
Given
said
what he-
Tina.
given what
Why
you
did
and
you
Dean-
jump straight there?
Yeah,
He said
given
enemies
what
to
you-
lovers, and we've literally done that.
Given what you and Vina get up to, I mean.
Yeah, like the effects of the dust might be less deleterious to our health.
Oh. Gosh. Right, shall we form a big old space convoy and go back to Toril then?
One second.
I think so. Yeah.
Am I right in thinking that we have 5 ships? Because we captured 3, we came on 1, and Jex came on another. Or did we capture 4?
We captured.
You came on 2. You captured 1 plus the Star Moth, and the. Technically, you've got 5 if you want to get rid of the corpses and the web off the derelict one.
Rude is hard no on that one.
Well, I believe that Vaxis is only able to pilot the one of them with the wild jamming helm, the one we
Yes,
came on.
because you don't need spell slots to do that one.
So Vax is going to have to be using the treadmill on that one.
So the fucking Nordic track is so funny. Yes, well, sounds good, shall we?
Yeah.
We've got a big old golden fly.
Oh, no,
yeah,
it's not.
yes.
It's not treadmill. It's this wild jamming helm for him is a set of barbells.
Lifting.
Just increase reps to go far to accelerate. Increase weight to decelerate. Right.
Yeah, you make it back convoy style to the academy, no problem. I will paste into the chat a reminder of your next destination, which is one of the waystone fragments that you picked up on the temple expedition.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to do at the academy, or is it long rest and off you go?
Kinda. I mean, do we want to spend any time here, or are we heading straight off?
I seem to remember that I did have a thing that I was going to do back here, but I, for the life of me, cannot remember what it was.
It might have been a bit more information about your home planet and slavery.
Yes. God, when was last session? I'm just scrolling up inside the chat that we have to see if I can find it.
Oh, it's ages ago.
Been a while.
Was this Asteroid Assault? The last session?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes, I found the message. In order to figure out if Vaxis wants to go back or not to his old kingdom, he is attempting to figure out if there is an issue of slavery in the kingdom or being exported from the kingdom. Not sure how to research that. Possibly checking for records of slave ships in the area, or seeing how many slaves from Garden have been recorded in the Spelljammer Academy's records.
So do you want to do that?
Yes, please.
Roll me an investigation or history check.
Okay, I will go for a history check. That is an 18.
So a silvered young librarian that you met last time will hand over a bunch of documents to you. This is all I can find. Sorry, it's a bit lackluster, but this is all we've got.
I appreciate the assistance regardless. Thank you very much.
Good luck, Sir, Lord, King.
Just Vaxis is fine.
Got it.
Or whatever my rank is within the academy, that would make sense. I'm not cadet anymore.
Sailor.
But yeah, I guess
Sailor.
Yeah. Crewman.
What you find in those notes is actually not a lot of evidence of anything. It's not that they've been taken over and now it's very little activity with the occasional skirmishes with slavers or enemy vessels. It's they have gone radio silent. There is no record of slavery, but that's because there's no record of anything.
Well, in the absence of any kind of evidence to the contrary, Vaxis is going to conclude that he has bigger things to be dealing with right now, and will just move on for the moment. He'll hand the things back and maybe is there someone in the academy he could speak to about just saying that if any information or if anyone is in the area, possibly doing some subtle reconnaissance, would be appreciative to. He would be appreciative of that.
They'd be more than happy to.
Cool.
Oh,
How does the old wolf react to us bringing him 4 ships
Oh, and a few prisoners as
and
well.
a few prisoners, including Micken's main
Fiancé.
Does
squeeze?
that help balance the books after we?
So I know how you're going to be, but our
Yes,
mission
yes,
went
yes.
very well, and
Well-
we didn't annoy any clients. And here's 3 ships.
Or kill any of them this time. We killed
No, we
no
killed
clients.
lots of them.
But we killed no clients.
No, not a one, not a one.
Not a single client.
Oh.
Oh no.
sorry.
Not
alright.
a problem.
Sorry. Wait.
Just talking to the old wolf.
Yeah. So yes. I did send you in there to kill people, so I'm glad you lived up to your reputation this time.
Yes.
I don't think I can trust you on any more client missions though. But as and when these sabotage ones, we think we found a new niche for you guys.
Every
do
specialist needs a field, right?
Yes. And ours just happens to be in demolitions. People, structures,
Oh.
concepts.
Yeah.
Asset recovery.
Oh,
Yes.
I guess
Do
that's
let us
us.
know what the young lady. Careful of her, spellcaster, but do let us know what information she does or doesn't provide.
Oh, I will do, yes.
Oh well, ta-ta.
Oh, can you not tell Micken? Like, don't let that information get back to him. I mean, he's already pretty,
Yes.
Yes.
Just
The damage?
Dear Micken, I'm writing. I don't actually do that.
Mm.
Oh, he outlived his usefulness a long time ago.
Well, no, it's more of like, through the channels that he might have available to him, it might get back to him some way or another, one of those kinds of things.
One ship and crew did manage to escape, so be on the lookout. They might know we were there, but
Well, I mean, we did have a chat with that asshole over those weird communication.
yes, I
thingy.
think we saw. Is it Vocath?
Ah, bastards, yes.
Sits in a chair, bit of a.
Blue.
Connoisseur of whiskey.
Yeah,
On
sounds
the
right.
Mm.
Was that if I minor illusion the dude, does that give him the yeah?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
I don't.
bastard.
He's a blue man in a chair. Looked very fancy.
He's a rich, smuggling bastard who's hampered my attempts in the past.
Oh.
He dabbles in. It's not quite slavery because they're volunteers, but he has a gaming establishment where they have fights and all
A
sorts
coliseum?
of traps. Yeah.
Vax's knuckles audibly crack.
That sounds like a place that we go
See, that
to.
was the sound of Vax's synovial fluid being depressurized as the joints move past one another, causing nitrogen bubbles to supercavate. And of course, that is also the sound of Vocath about having a very nasty day.
If
As
you
you,
find out where he is, I would be happy to go and pay him a visit.
Taps.
As you
With
might have
prejudice.
figured, we're no longer on speaking terms, so the location of his
You were once.
floating battle pit is unknown to me.
You were once on good terms.
Friendly rivals. Back in my adventuring days when I was setting this thing up.
Jolly good. Right. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Anyone else for anything?
Rune would like to speak with, like, I guess the same kind of person that Vaxis spoke to you about. Like, his family and stuff and say and ask them, do you happen to know? Have you seen any ships like a changeling pirate ship? I guess.
What?
What I am.
There's no records of those as far as I can recall. I'll have a look, but such a thing would be quite rare.
Oh, that's good. That rare is good. Rare means that you'll find it more easily.
It also means it may not show up at all.
Oh. Well, I know you'll do your best.
Did they have encounters with traders like us? I mean, we can only record what we encounter.
I think encounters with there would have been reports of a lost ship, maybe.
Wreckages.
Yes, perhaps. And what happened to the people on board? That kind of thing.
How long ago was this?
About a year, maybe a little more.
I'll do some digging.
Thank you.
No need to roleplay at all. If I can swap in some of my cash for Artificer Crafty Gubbins.
No fucking medical kits.
Hey now. Hey.
What do you want?
I just want the pile of loose screws in the corner.
Take them and go!
And a soldering iron.
Uh,
And actually, what if I burn my hands on the solder? Never mind, I'm going.
A singular bandage gets chucked through the shutter before it closes.
Does the academy have rules around who can and cannot fly, specifically with health conditions?
As in, who can use a spelljammer hell?
Yeah, so I guess because it's come to Goon's attention that he's losing control of his body or is having blackouts. So the modern day equivalent is if you're a pilot and you have like epileptic seizures, you're not allowed to fly. He wants to have a look at the rules to see whether that is allowed or whether it's not, and whether he'll have to keep his conditions secret. That's his thought process on the thing, because that will affect where he goes to seek medical advice.
So you will find buried deep in the rules and regulations that if there is a medical condition that will impede or cause your ship to not to be as reliable as it should be, then it's something that would need to be reported, and it's a thing that you can discuss with leadership. However, if it is to the point where it's uncontrollable, then unfortunately you will be effectively grounded.
Cool. In that case, he will choose not to say anything at all.
Cool.
So. Cool.
Anyone listening
Joe,
to this,
you're
we do
muted.
not. Anyone listening to this, we do not advocate this behavior. We do not recommend this behavior. This is a terrible idea. Do not do this.
Yeah, especially
Seek
if you're
help.
a qualified pilot. Please do
Seek
not
help.
hide medical conditions.
Jesus.
I didn't ask to be emotionally stripped naked and that's what it's fucking out like this.
Look, sometimes you have to pay extra for that. So, you know.
And have. What's the course charted route time to the place we are planning to go there?
What you know is that a waystone is very different to flying from A to B. Essentially, once you are outside of the gravity well of a planet, it should be fairly instantaneous to get into the astral sea. And then the astral sea itself being a realm of psychic and divine and chaotic material doesn't really have much in the way of space to it. It's much more of a thing of the mind. And so most reports are you're in there for what feels like a few hours, but
may not be
Yes.
that may not be. It could be longer, could be shorter.
Right. Jex, what are you doing while we're heading off to the old Ujima Flip?
Oh, well, I will be investigating the galley potential aboard this new acquisition of yours. I've never cooked aboard a grown ship before. I can tick it off my bucket list.
Nice.
Is it called your bucket list because you've got it written on the inside of your bucket?
That is one of the reasons, yes.
Words that I had inspiration to give you.
It's a good
Because I
list.
really like that. It's just on the inside of the bucket. That's lovely. Oh.
So yeah, Jax has the free reign to kit out the Dark Star as it was, but you are also stationed aboard the Moon Lancer, the second ship that went to the asteroid belt, and Captain Sartau has also offered you a position on that ship as well if you wish to take it.
So, if it's going back out, then yes, he will board the Moon Lancer. If the Moon Lancer's docked for any period of time, then he will help set up, repair, reconfigure all the ships.
Well, he's got experience at repairing a galley.
Yes, and rebuilding one is probably a more accurate description, as he has trauma flashbacks. Yeah. So while the ship's docked, he will assist in any way that he can with getting these ships back up and running again, or be in a position to be sold off, whatever it is the Academy wishes to do with them. But yeah, he'll probably remain stationed aboard the Moon Lancer.
She imagines they'll be there about a week before they go off on their next mission.
Then he will assist and then be aboard the Moon Lancer when it leaves in a week's time.
Cool. So you all do your various activities around the ship. You're also quite tired from coming back from the asteroid belt, and obviously Baxis is feeling a little worse for wear. So you do end up spending the night here before going out first thing in the morning to the Waystone. However, Baxis, Goon, and Rune are woken up an hour or so before when you normally get up, early in the morning, with a cadet who's been tasked with giving you a little errand run. Excuse me, guys. A letter from the old wolf. He wants to see you immediately.
Okay, I can do that.
Was that Vaxis, Rune, and Goon?
Yes. So as you all wake up, you see that Ido is not asleep, but you're in a trance.
I'm tinkering.
Corner. You are in a trance.
Fully
I'm in a
engrossed in
trance
his
in the
work.
corner.
Having succeeded on your wisdom save, you are in a trance.
Curious. Curious.
Is the letter addressed to all four of us, or to all three, or to the three members who are not in a trance?
It's addressed to the three of you that are not in a trance.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
Well,
We're all invited up to the old wolves.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we?
we'll leave Ido a note.
All right. That makes sense.
Has Ido been in trances before?
No.
Yeah. Didn't you do the whole speaking to the gods thing? You're going to death and back.
That's a slightly different thing.
Okay.
You're like, maybe.
We'll leave him a note. Pop to the old wolf. Be right back.
Now, in order to make sure that he finds it, maybe we should pin it to him.
No.
Not himself. No, like his jacket.
Oh.
I wasn't talking like stapling it to his forehead.
Oh,
I'm not that bad.
I never
Is
never
his
said you
orderly
were.
awake?
Oh yes, it's his like little
Yeah,
manservanty thing.
can we leave it
Oh,
with him,
what?
like
With
the
with
orderly?
orderly.
Yeah.
Accepts
Ah.
it absolutely fine. Says
Yeah,
nothing.
cool.
Does nothing. It just takes the night off you and then go back.
Okay, cool.
Okay, now just hold that directly in front of his face, but not too close, a bit further back, so he'll see it as soon as he wakes up. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
And then the three of us will head to the old wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? There it is. So you all walk into the old wolf's office. Yes, come in, come in, come in. For the benefit of you as players, as you enter the room, there is a wave of water that laps the floor. You're standing ankle deep in water. None of you know this or pick this up, but it is as a visual. It is there within the room. Come on in, come on in.
Yeah.
Wait, so we
alright.
don't notice this beach
I
scene that we're in,
see.
but
Yes,
it's there. Okay.
I'm telling you as players, but you as characters do not notice.
Right. Okay.
Completely oblivious to this beach scene we're walking into.
Yes.
Is
Okay.
The old wolf is
Well, not
there,
big.
sat behind his desk.
Sorry. As a really minor point of clarification, is it that we don't notice it, or we do notice it, but we presume it to be normal? As it like when you're dreaming, you kind of just take it for granted that's what it is. and what
You
it's
don't
doing.
notice it. You all have no memories of there being water in this room.
Okay, cool. No, that's fine. Cool. Yes. What can we do for you?
How can I help you?
You've done really well. I'm genuinely surprised. We had some concerns about you, but you've done well so far.
Thank you. Is there a reason that Ido isn't part of this conversation?
He's been briefed already. He doesn't need to know this. It's all good.
All right. You were mad at us last time.
Yes, but then you found some ships, and we've got the scales are now kind of balanced. It's fine.
Aren't they? We killed a lot of people.
We killed some of your favourite clients.
Do you understand how much money this Dark Star's going to make for me? It's going to be amazing.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, I fully accept this.
All
now.
right. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
For a second, I thought I was dreaming.
Yeah. However, you understand why I can't send you on any more client missions.
Yes, that's fair.
Unless you don't
but-
like your clients very much.
Oh, do you have any of those? Like clients you don't
I
like
know.
and we can... No, okay. All right. Just thought I'd check.
It's my I've been talking to some of the scientific officers, and it's my understanding that you're going to go follow the waystones you found on our research expedition.
Yes. One of the ones we found, we were thinking it might... Well, we found something that was kind of interesting, and we thought we would kind of follow it up. Is that a problem?
Oh, not a problem at all. However, this is a bit. You've never been on a astral sea mission for us before. You've never been off world. As too small a scope for where you're about to go.
Well, I come from the stars.
Yes,
I
but not as
live-
part of this great expedition.
Right, okay.
For
Oh,
us. So it's less about you personally, and more, you are still an emissary of the Spelljammer Academy. You're representing us, and I'm sure you've got it under control. But there may be a time when you need to get help, and you're going to be quite far away. And there's a box on the table that, to you as players, has just appeared. It's been there the whole time. And he opens it. And inside are 3 stones. They've got runes and engravings on them. So what we do is we send our crew off with these. And it's not going to save your life. But what it will do is that if you need help, it will act as a beacon for us to come find you. You can send a message through it. And if you're in a particularly tough spot, that might just be enough. But for us, what this does is it captures information. We can use it to get a look at where you are, what you're encountering, and it will provide valuable insight. Because you're going to a place that, in theory, none of us have ever been to. You have never been to before. Like these generated waystones is quite a remarkable feat of magic. So anything that we can do to help you and also help us progress would be useful to us. So I would like you, if you're willing, to take them with you, and it'll help us, record and catalogue everything that you see.
I want an insight check because he's being very nice and he's never nice.
Roll that at disadvantage, please.
Does
Sure.
this technology already exist? Like, will Goon have come across this when he's been in other missions from the Academy?
Roll me an Arcana.
Oh, okay.
May as well use the thing.
Now, what would happen if I were to take one of these things, activate it, and then throw it somewhere that I couldn't get to?
Then you've wasted one.
Yeah.
But would you then get the information about where I threw it to?
Oh, yes, yeah. It won't go any further on your travels, but we can still see where it is and what it's doing.
Okay, has anyone ever thrown one of these into a black hole?
No.
Okay, good to know.
How do you know what a black hole is? That is private, privileged information.
11, and if that is a failure, I get the point back.
That is a failure.
Dirty 20 on the Arcana check. And is he basically describing portable black boxes?
No. Portable black boxes, if they had been infused with a scrying stone.
Scrying or sending?
Both. But
Okay.
the primary function, the primary thing that the enchantments on this device is set to do is for them to see what you're doing so that they can catalogue it.
Okay.
But it also has, because of that link that has been established, it does allow a message to be sent, but that is not its primary purpose.
And yeah, so has Goon encountered this tech before?
No, this is not a.
This isn't really standard procedure
Mm.
for the other missions he's been on.
You've never worked for the Academy before, so you don't know if it's standard for this.
Yeah. I'm not asking if I'm not asking if it's standard for the Academy. I was asking if it's like standard.
No, it's not. It is. The spell work itself is doesn't feel like there's anything special, but in terms of this as a common practice amongst ships that you've been on, no.
Okay, cool. Okay, and does Ido already have one of these, or are we sharing between the four of us?
This is all we can spare.
Oh,
Ido already has a scientific mind, so he will do all the cataloguing himself already. I'm sure of that.
How big are these stones?
That sort of size you can.
Okay. A bit bigger than I thought.
Yeah, you're not.
You can stick him in your bag, in your pocket. It doesn't need to. It could be in a bag, and we can still see out of the bag. It's magic.
Now I heard one of my uncle, or maybe it's my aunt. Anyways, one of my uncles or aunts, they said that when they're in danger and they get captured by prisoners, they should keystore important things. Should we do that?
What stuff?
Stowing it in
Easter?
nature's pocket.
Oh no!
All right,
No.
don't do that. Good.
I
It
wasn't-
looked a little large.
When I was asking about how big it was, when I was asking how big it was, I was fully thinking getting Baxter to swallow it.
Oh no!
Good news! It's a suppository. Oh.
Putting a scrying stone into the digestive system, that's what we call the old coal stag eye patch.
Oh. Well, Well, good to know. Should we destroy them if we're captured?
I mean, it's not two-way. We get to see what they're seeing. They can't see us, but the message will come back. If they want to send us a profanity message, they absolutely can.
Oh, all right.
I mean, if anything, if we are captured, we should activate it, right? So
Exactly.
Are they always on? How do we activate them?
So we will assign these to our personnel. There will be a monitoring station that we can set up when you depart, and we will observe and report.
So these are always on?
Think about it more that you don't know phone call. Whenever we want to get in touch, we can, and whenever you want to get in touch, we can. But only when someone is actively looking does it record.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
But we should work on the assumption that someone could be looking at any moment.
I mean, it's going to be us, so...
Yeah, but I mean, don't carry it into the bathroom.
Yes, I was going to suggest.
I see your point. No, keep it with your belongings. Yes.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Good luck. See you soon.
Cheers.
I will.
Will you allow King to craft? Because this is going to be the second crystal that he's carrying. Will you allow him to create what is effectively a crystal keychain? So yeah, all the crystals are now just on it, and as I imagine he'll get more, or if he gets more, then he can just keep them all like together. Cool.
I'll wait for Brad to get back.
Yeah.
Vax's attempt to just slip it into a sock, tie it off, and then hang it from his belt. And then if he needs an impromptu weapon,
I imagine with Goon, it's...
You literally have Tam Roller. You can't need an impromptu weapon.
What I'm imagining is it's with Goon, he's created like a carabiner type thing that he then hooks onto his power armor onto the side, so that he can take it off if he's not using it, but otherwise they'll just sit there at the side of his armor.
I think you should have it as like a loincloth, so you know, like a pair of swinging orbs.
When we get back, is Ido still in his trance?
I'll wait for Brad.
Oh, yes, sorry.
I'm curious to know if I went into a trance at all from my point of view. But again, waiting for Brad to get back. Yeah.
I assume I still don't have my new item yet.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Because I think I know what I want it to be. Flavor-wise, I mean. Like I know the item. I'm not changing my mind at the last second.
You can. I don't stop it.
No. It's already locked in, and I have a stupid idea for what it can be.
Oh no. Well, Brad's gone. I will be right back with this up.
Sure.
Well, in that case, yeah, I'm gonna go make a drink real quick.
Just you and me, buddy.
Go.
Quick, let's plot their deaths. I have swapped in 350 gold's worth of artificer gubbins. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Like that, I'm sort of getting to the point where I have made all of the thematically appropriate common magic items, but you know, it's always nice to have.
What I will say is that you probably have. We are in the not weeks but days before the events of the rest of the campaign, so there's not going to be many long journeys.
Oh no, for sure, yeah. It's the with Ido's sleep work schedule being trickery and not needing to remain inactive, I can get a common magic item done in about 2 days, which is
okay.
Yeah. Not you see, who could have thought that there'd be disadvantages to needing to sleep? Is it a terrible thing? First, for starters, you have to lay inactive like some kind of silly primate. But also, things can invade your dreams. They can make you do things.
Yeah, it is
Not
like,
relevant, of course, but
of course.
yeah.
It is weird trying to fit around. Oh yeah, these things do things while you're sleeping, and then I have a
I know,
character
it
that
simply doesn't, yeah. But it's fun to have because Ida has a +5 whiz, which is pretty mid for the rest of his scores, to be honest. But it's like playing a high whiz elf. It's similar sort of vibe of it's appropriate for this character to be naturally resistant to that kind of yeah psychic species, etc. Oh, I might set about trying to make a medal of muscle for Vaxis.
Medal of Muscle.
A medal of muscle. He's been wanting one for a while.
This is like a metal stress ball.
I possibly. I think it's supposed to be like a medal, like an actual medal.
Squeezing it in your hands.
But yeah, I was thinking of some of those hand. What do you call them? Hand squeezing.
Yeah.
Yeah, except the magic is fluff that it's just he uses it so hard he breaks them. Oh dear.
Oh, it's a one-use only item as well.
It's a consumable.
Yeah. So, yeah, as you crush it, the magic breaks open and fuses into the item itself. I do like that image.
Yeah. The consumables cost half as much time in money and days as well. So hence why I was hoping to try and get this done for him before we get into our next fight, but that sort of will remain to be seen.
I mean, depending how you approach this next place, you might not be fighting. So
That doesn't sound like us, though.
You didn't attack the probes at the prophecy, so
Yeah, we've really wanted to.
that's fair.
But sort of less, shoot first, ask questions later. More sort of shoot and then bugger off before any questions get asked.
Quite that.
I have returned.
Rich is gone.
Yeah, we've still got no Brad though.
Yeah.
My new item, I was trying to think, how stupid can I go with it?
Extremely.
And I think I've settled on
Oh yeah.
I think I've settled on a good option.
Oh god. I have settled on the level 16 level up for Algernon. Genie Warlock.
Oh no!
It's just one yoga teacher he's got really codependently attached to.
Ooh, what's a particularly heavy metal?
Osmium, tungsten, adamantine, uranium.
I think. Maybe
One of those is fictional. You pick which.
I might go tungsten.
Hello.
Hello.
Apologies.
Not a
Tungsten
problem.
is the densest stable metal, I believe. Yeah. Rich.
Oh, so you head back. In some inconsequential banter happens, but in the real world, whilst Ido is tinkering away,
Humpty tum 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 tum. Yeah, screw screw screw.
you don't notice anything, and in fact, the characters who are sound asleep in bed will just slowly get out of bed and start the day. And I imagine there's like the camera will see an image of characters returning back to their dorm room to meet Ido. And as the real characters get out of bed, the dream version kind of syncs up. And you're back. As far as your guys are aware, that happened, but it's becoming a fog at the back of your mind. Similar to the items that you've been given in the past, it's a thing that's happened and has always been there. You don't really dwell on it.
So we still have these stones.
But you have these stones now.
Neat.
Cool.
And you're now up to the day.
Right, jolly good. Good to see you up and about, chaps. What's the outset then? We toddling off pronto, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Jolly good.
I'm ready to go. Got all my stuff.
So you head
Oh,
to
hang
the...
on. Vax puts on a shirt. Now I've got all my stuff.
Wearing a
Hey.
shirt but no armour. Gotcha.
Oh, and a jacket. Now I have all my stuff.
I really hoped you were wearing pants.
Oh, yeah.
Full Pooh Bear.
He's got skinny jeans on because he skipped leg day a few times too many.
No, they just look like skinny jeans. Those are actually double wide boot cut.
Just comparison to the rest of his frame.
Yeah, Vax just looks down. I should stop skipping leg day, shouldn't I?
You
All
should
right.
stop skipping leg day.
All right, and then he just starts doing squats while waiting.
Jesus,
Jolly good.
Yeah.
Right, we taking the regular ship.
Sorry if I missed it, but did your orderly give you the note?
The orderly was never actually instructed to give me a note.
So
I would guess it was only the dream version of the orderly was instructed to give me a
Yeah,
note.
so
So unless you guys ask me if I got the note, I think you would assume that I did get the note and thought everything was fine.
and
That was that was what I was going with. Yeah.
Yeah, that's same.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, yeah, no, sorry, okay, yeah, I'm caught up. Okay, cool.
I really wish now that if I'd known that from the beginning, I would have given the orderly like a really deep voice so as it's spoken. No worries, guys. I'll give this note to Dr. Idolamantis James, MD.
oh, there's a character in 14 that does that. Like it's a Lolafel, very tiny, and then has the deepest sounding voice in the universe. You're like,
It's a good bit.
I need to
driving
get
that
back
chat?
into that at some point.
It is.
Who's driving then, chaps?
I don't mind driving for a bit. Oh, somewhere new might be exciting.
Jolly good.
So the ship is fully stocked and ready to go again. You didn't go into combat. You didn't take any damage. There wasn't a lot for them to do when you put it back into port. So it's just sat in the dock, ready to go.
Cool.
Nice.
You start piloting it. You take it out of the planet's gravity well, and there's a waystone that you can stick into the helm, which will instruct it to go.
Look, yep.
And so, what you see happening from a visual standpoint is that the astral sea is kind of this gassy nebula that is surrounding the system. But as you enact the power of the waystone, a gaseous cloud of astral sea stuff starts to appear in front of you until it forms a fog or a cloud that your ship starts to race towards, and then you gracefully go through. Much like going through a fog cloud, you kind of get into it. The surrounding system and stars go blank, and then you're just drifting in a sea. And it kind of clears, but what you actually see all around you now is shifting colours of purple and reds and blues shifting around. Not quite a hypnotic pattern, but pretty gastro nebula. Stars there. It feels like you're in the furthest point you can be in a system but also not near one at all. It is at this point, in this cloud of thought and energy, that an item appears for Vactus. What did you pick? How did you get it?
So I've got braces of defense, but they're actually tungsten leg weights of defense. Just because he needs to work on his lower body a little bit more. So just as he's walking around, it's just giving it a little bit more weight to make him build up more mass down there. And he had them for a while, but he hasn't been using them recently. But now it's like, after the recent comment about his legs, he's got them back out and put them on.
Nice.
And they slip on under his trousers and under his socks actually as well, partially. So they're not super obvious.
It is this point that I will allow Ido, if he'd like to roll a perception check, because at least two of the others have said that the stone that they have received will be on their person in a visible way. Goon.
I think Vactus is fully going to be juggling his with some other stuff.
So you spot Vactus juggling stuff.
I like that one. I that's a good one. I prefer that, to be honest. So, that does still make it a 12. No, sorry, 8. I don't have expertise yet. Yeah.
You made "yet" sound like a threat.
It was good, but I'm never picking up on that.
Yeah, you don't know how long you're there. A few hours, maybe. No, you can't really tell in this sort of space. At some point, maybe even one of those stones will glow for a few seconds and then fade out again.
Huh.
But eventually, your tranquil voyage through the astral sea comes to a sudden end as you're ejected back into realm space, into the physical world, and your ship, previously appearing calm and serene, is now a maelstrom of activity as you're buffeted by winds and life and energy as you race towards the centre of a brand new system. Towards the Waystone's destination at millions of miles an hour.
This doesn't feel good.
I know, it's actually really helping with the squat and juggling workout.
Very quickly, the ruins of a planet come into form.
Okay, I'll stop.
Its shape in chaos, like a cracked egg or an exploding barrel.
I should say everyone will gain 13 temporary hit points at this point. As I use my protector turret, the way I do that is I get everyone to gather round, and then take out the grenade launcher in a small bolt action side chamber. I put like a tiny blue glowing ingot, like the one that goes down the back of Homer's shirt in the Simpsons intro. Load it in, poof, it disseminates it into dust, and you briefly see everyone's skeletons.
Oh, my sperm!
You also see an image.
Yes.
I can see.
Is that Volan?
It is not.
I cannot see. I'm just going to refresh the page. Because all I had was the splash page.
I showed it as an image.
That
So a little sub window popped up for me.
a little planet with a bad time.
Shotigan.
Yeah.
That doesn't look good.
Two large planetary core pieces are floating hundreds of miles apart in places. And in this negative space, this place between two halves of the world, a storm of light and chaotic energy dance around each other in violent pulses. Your ship is still hurtling towards it at millions of miles an hour. Is there anything you'd like to look at?
Should we stop?
Yes,
This feels like
Yeah.
a stop.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely slow down at the very least.
Yeah.
Maybe go for an orbit trajectory.
I don't think we should be in orbit. This is a bad place to be.
Oh, that is, yeah, full stop before the debris ring.
Yeah, full stop.
So, are we close enough to analyze the debris ring?
You are at the distance as described by the image.
Okay, so still pretty far away from it.
It's getting there very quickly.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
trying to
from
remember-
like.
Do
Sorry,
we have like sensors?
No.
No.
Well, you have your own humanoid
Yeah.
sensors.
Yeah,
Vax
yeah.
is going to
Nothing-
hold up the stone he was given this morning, then just look at the core of the planet. Then just look back
It glows
to it.
slightly in your hand.
Pointed at the planet. Hello? Ding, 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 ding. Hello?
do you want me to re-roll that perception? That was a bit better with a 24.
They are holding stones.
What have you got there, chaps?
Something the
They
same
were-
size as a baseball.
They were given to us. Scrying stones?
Hey, where'd you get this from?
The old wolf. Before we left.
Oh, that's a bit rude.
He said that you didn't need them because you had a scientific mind.
Oh, well, that does check out, actually, yes.
We left you a message with your little orderly bot to tell you where we were going when we went to pick them up.
With the tree.
Yes.
Orderly.
Yeah.
And Orderly just pokes his little twig head out of the jacket. Any messages?
It's sentient, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you get it to make a wisdom save?
I mean, it's not, but hang on, let me get Awakened Shrub. It's going to be something like a 12, I think. 11 plus whatever wisdom this has. Yeah, 11.
Yeah, it receives a note. Give it to you.
No, I didn't get a note. It must have been some other Creed. Honestly, Orderly, I would expect better from you.
Well, I mean, but the old wolf spoke to you earlier in the day about it. Anyway, he didn't give you a crystal, but he said he'd spoken to you already about this.
No, I don't think so. I mean, the only time I spoke to the old wolf yesterday was when I went to Rubberton's Festival. I mean, inform him of all those ships we found.
Oh,
I mean, he was unusually nice.
yeah, he was.
Can
I
I,
assumed he was
like,
drunk.
Can I like start flashing a torch and like
Mhm.
doing the sort of medical checks? Oh baby, 32. Hang on, 19 plus 10, 29, 32.
Richard asking other DMs.
Mm.
How does one detect modify memory?
Detect magic, which I'm absolutely whacking on there.
They've been tinkered with.
It would register as a curse.
I don't mean to alarm anyone. I believe your memories may have been altered.
Oh, I don't like that.
Can I cast? Was it detect magic? Did you say?
Yes.
Can I also cast it to see if Adolamantis James has been affected?
Doesn't
Ah.
appear so.
Uh,
What
So
do you
it-
remember of this morning?
we got up. We were given a note. You were in a trance, and then we
I
went.
don't sleep.
Well, you were doing that thing you kind of do when you're not sleeping but resting.
You think I've done this before?
Yeah, like elves. That thing you do like
No,
elves, right?
no. I don't require sleep even in the way that elves do.
Oh
I can-
yeah, you kind of
I
turn
can
off half
cycle.
your brain.
I can cycle through multiple brains, yes. That's not a real thing insects can do. I'm just saying it for the narrative. That is very important for me for you to know that.
That's fair.
Uh,
Is that sharks
sharks
who do?
Are
who
you
do that?
are you
Sharks do
are you
that.
spreading bug misinformation, Joe?
no, because I
He corrected it.
corrected it.
The Kreen are part shark. That's what we've
As-
learned.
As we're recalling details, do we realise that there was an ocean or water in the office?
My understanding is that you have to break the curse to get the full context
absolutely
back.
fine. Yeah, no, that's
Well, can you break the curse or whatever's been done? Can you fix it? I can't fix it.
I can't, not at least yet.
Oh. I don't like the fact that I can't trust the things that I remember. I feel, and it happened while we were in the
Spelljammer Academy, who do we know who's powerful enough to do that?
all of the people that we've met that have anything to do with these armbands.
Yes, that was my thinking too.
I would like to hurl these into space.
Oh,
Well,
I
not
don't think-
here.
I'm not certain that that was the same faction. I'm not entirely sure they're all on the same side. And there's no guarantee that these aren't some kind of measure of protection, and if they aren't, it's already happened.
I don't like people messing with my fate at the best of times.
This happened when you were asleep, correct?
I think so, yes.
I'm gonna do myself some memento notes to check myself for modify memory every morning,
mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna get Goon, who casts detect magic, to do the same, so that we can tell at least if I remain unaffected by modify memory, we will at least know that my powers of recollection are. And I think it's at this moment that Ido realizes the old wolf didn't really say he had a scientific mind. And that irks him more than he was pleased to hear the first time. I was like,
Well, now he's taking it personally.
that's exactly it, yeah.
So, as I've cast Detect Magic, the crystals that we've been given, are there any other schools of magic that we were not told about on these crystals?
They are scrying focuses.
They are extremely powerful scrying focuses. Because
So,
of the...
lead line box isn't going to do the job. Bag of holding?
Holding up this crystal and holding up the and looking at the armband, do they look like the same kind of technology?
No.
I have a feeling. Oh, I know it's not like the normal gods, because I think they would they would probably just tell us. They wouldn't manipulate us like this, because they're a bit. Though it.
Sounds more the work of the Grand Ego than the Super Ego or the id.
Well, I was thinking of yeeting mine into the center of the planet just so they could see what was in there. Should I not do that? Should I?
I don't know what they want, so I think we need to go to that planet. Maybe that planet has magical users who are still alive.
I'm
Because if
certainly
anyone-
curious to see what's down there.
If somebody's,
It's at this point you notice that you haven't stopped. And similar to how your ship moved last time, it's still going. The Waystone is doing pretty much all of the heavy lifting at this point. It hasn't finished taking you to where you get to go.
Are we going to go through the planet?
The ship... Gone.
Rune, I thought you were going to stop the ship.
I sent the mental command to stop. I'm not making it go. I'm not doing this. This is not under my control.
Can we unplug the Waystone?
You can try.
Vaxxers will try and unplug the Waystone by force.
And I'm running to the engines? Does this thing have engines? It must.
Roll me a strength check.
Just flat strength.
Yeah.
It's only a 14.
It is budged in tight. But you can see that these waystones weren't created normally. They were created with an essence of etheric dark radiation. And you can see that as the ship is reaching its destination, more and more of that waystone is getting blacker and blacker and blacker as it's getting consumed by this thing.
This is the bad place.
Oh, this feels bad.
Okay, Joe really wants to wait to see what happened. I know can't in good conscience not try and science his way out of it, but I'm not happy about it. Oh, good, a 3!
Plus
14, but a 3.
Okay.
So, Goon, as an engineer, would initially like to stop the engine, but he also has a concept of gravity and realizes that stopping the engines could actually be worse than. So, does it look like? I guess I know we can see from the picture, but this thing appears to be creating an immense amount of gravity. Are we now within its field of gravity?
Oh yes.
Pull? Okay. In that case, can he do whatever he can to strengthen the actual hull of the ship?
Whilst Mike's rolling, or whatever.
Hmm.
Oh no, you need to tell Mike what to roll first.
Yeah. It's a 3 though, so I don't think he's
Oh.
going to be successful. So,
I hit Vaxis with Longstrider.
Do I have any control of the ship? Can I feel
0.
like a 0?
0.
Right.
Can we
Fast.
can we figure out where we're going to? Like, are we going into the middle of the planet? Are we going to somewhere around the edge of it? Is there any way to tell that at all?
I'll get to the bit that tells you where you're going to go.
Okay.
The music for this is so sick.
That's very good.
As the ship enters the planetary gravity well, you can see that it is in, as described the last time you saw this planet, whilst looking chaotic and broken, it's actually very stable, despite the circumstances. You curve around the planet, this half full of orange and icy hues, giving the impression of a vast desert with a very cold pole. You fly over the other side to see lush tropical greens, an ocean, and yet again another frozen pole. But it's not the land that your ship is directed to, but the chaotic planetary divide in between. And you get closer and closer and closer to the centre, or what was the centre of this planet. Chaotic weaves of energy pulsate in this space. You find the ship ducking and weaving as strands of energy miles long and hundreds of feet thick dart around you, pulling together the two halves like a tough weed that won't go away. These strands are numerous and thick and act as a connective sinew between the two halves of the planet and the energy core at the centre. But your ship is beginning to slow. The destination imminent, and as you weave your way around a particularly large strand of energy, something comes into sight. Could I get a perception check?
Ooh.
Not with a 2.
I got the same as Rune.
Oh god. Yeah.
What was all the numbers, sorry?
9.
9.
I know.
Perception 9.
Right.
Jeez.
Can you see the next image?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
Ooh.
In the space between. Sorry, he's listening. In the space between this planet, you see a part where the two halves are closer than most, and you see a metallic station, akin in design to the prophecy facility that you saw all those months ago, floating in the space between these two halves of the world. A large stream of energy, much more focused and steady than the chaotic strands around you, pulses directly into its underside, the stream making a beeline directly into the open planet core below you. Large words are engraved along the outside of the facility. Celestial Station 3, the workshop. Secondly, the other thing you notice is that this planet is in a bad state. This facility is in a bad state. You can't tell whether that's due to the immense energy buffeted at it, or whether it's exceedingly old. And I will let the record state that I had a section on here for Ido specifically when he gets a stupidly high roll. Unfortunately, it specifically said Ido stupidly exceeds the roll.
Yeah, me gonna have a problem, son.
Right.
Yeah, whatever did this
your
must
ship-
have had some impressive cleavage going on.
I'm gonna guess that's where we're headed.
Yes, well,
Do you
So-
all have vision tokens? Can you not see
Yeah.
just the corridor?
I can see token, I can move token, I
Yeah,
can see
and we can
corridor
just
and
see
only
corridor.
corridor.
Perfect.
I have absolutely got Step Magic up.
So have we like then landed into this facility then?
Second. That play. So technically, you're not inside just yet, but your ship pulls along outside. There's a very tiny docking station for this place, and a door slides open, revealing this corridor.
Right.
You don't
Um,
have.
can
I'm
I
allowing
look
you to not have stepped inside if you don't want to step inside just yet.
Can I look at my bracelet and see if it has pinged portents?
It has.
20 and 16.
I'm gonna get dice for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because the digital ones have been mean to me.
it's been a robard.
Did I take the extra portent previously, Rich? I don't think I did. I've got the.
No, I
you
think
did not.
that was
I
Jets.
did not, so I only get 2.
God, I'm so annoyed about that. About that perception.
A 15 and a 13.
I got a 2 and a 9.
What have you got there, chaps?
These Wavebringer bracelets or some such, they allow one to manipulate the probabilities of things.
They screw around with fate.
Yes.
Oh.
Ido puts away his healing gun and pulls out his Bernie gun.
Yes.
They're the
did I
same
say,
gun,
man?
I just flick a switch.
What did I say my numbers were? 2 was 1, but I don't
Well,
remember the
two.
other one.
And then was it? It was like
It was-
12, I think.
I thought it was a single digit number.
Or
Yeah, it was
9
this-
then.
9. Okay, cool. 9 and 2.
And while the DM's away, we gather another 10 healers kits.
Oh, Rich is in a different headset now.
Yeah,
Yeah, his
headset
old headset
died.
died. He's switching.
Uh,
Can you hear us, buddy?
Yep.
No.
For every
Can't-
second he
Rich.
can't hear us, we gain an additional healer's kit.
Ooh.
He'll be very cross when he hears that other recording.
If.
It's like a little Easter egg.
Or a landmine.
Yeah.
Maybe this die is just bad. This die is bad. Chosen a better die.
Oh, Brad, whilst we're waiting for Rich to get back in, my character for Arbor bears a shocking resemblance to a character in one of those other MiHoYo games. Firefly from Honkai Star Rail. I came up with the concept for the character long before they introduced Firefly. But now I'm looking at now I'm trying to purposefully not allow Firefly to colour my interpretation of my own character.
Hello.
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 We hear you. Can you hear us?
So, I can. My backup headphone didn't work, so I have plugged in these ones. Given its low power state, I apologise if it cuts out, as it's both trying to charge and also.
Yeah. All
Uh,
good.
Worries.
No worries.
Fingers crossed. Sorry, I didn't catch anything after you were getting ported by anything.
Just
I've
Goon
switched
asking, what have
from-
you got there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was asking about the bracelet.
They are devices which mess with causality and fate, as Rune says. Got them in a previous station. I believe our plasmoid friend Jex has one as well.
Oh.
I've got Detect Magic up as we go through. And I've switched to my anti-healing gun.
Your anti-healing gun.
Yeah. It does the opposite of healing. What's the smashed glass just here? Is that part of the world?
So, the outer doors open to reveal a long corridor. The walls made of an extremely white material. Your initial assumption would be marble, but its texture is one of glass. And up ahead, you do see some shards of glass there. You would need to get closer to investigate.
Right, let me have a go. Let me go have a look. Like, is it where the blue isn't? So where I've just moved to now, and where the glass is there like a difference there? Is there a window or a panel or something?
Roll me an investigation check.
Nine.
Didn't notice anything.
Alright, so it's not that when I step
Oh
there
my
that I can
God.
see anything more. Can I see where the glasses come from? Like the ceiling, maybe?
That would be your investigation. You can't tell.
Okay.
18. Terrible.
In order to investigate, you'd have to be there. Are you?
Oh, I'll go in, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll move to the other side of the glass then.
Does Detect Magic ping it at all?
Everything is magical.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Remind me how the what do you call them? Portent dice work. Do they just constantly refresh when we use them in here? Or do we need to go back outside and then...
No, I will allow it to you can constantly use it.
Oh, in that case it's a 27.
Hang on a minute. Wait a second, I rescind that. No, yeah. In that case, so before that happens, as you all reach the center of the corridor, a transparent blue wall materializes at the far end of the corridor and races quickly towards you. Boom. It passes through you seamlessly, harmlessly, before reaching the entrance and disappearing. Ahead of you, further up the corridor, you can hear something large and powerful and energetic, some sort of machinery up ahead. However, with that investigation check, you find... Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a duct. Oh,
Oh,
feels
there's another
like...
robot bastard in there.
The glass comes away... the glass comes from a dent, a microscopic dent that Ido's wonderful investigation finds. And the panel, upon realising where it is, comes away easily. Inside, if you climb your way through, is bits of wiring, unknown electronic components, and further on, a small cubbyhole.
This robot-y chap, is that of the same flavour we saw in the bottom of the beholder ship?
It is. In the centre of the space sits a Coronifer probe, but rather than the pristine robotic creations you've dealt with previously, parts of this machine seem to have been taken apart and reconfigured. 2 large wires extend from the main body, kind of at equidistant size, just huge, chunky wires coming off it. Taped into main conduits that are running up and down the wall. A small glass tablet rests on one side, propped up against the machine, with a tiny probe wire tapping into one of those wires.
I can try and hit buttons randomly and see what happens, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Let's get... May I?
Please.
What kind of check did you want there, Rich?
Arcana.
26.
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to figure out here?
So is this thing alive, first of all?
No. It's on, but not.
But it hasn't been destroyed.
Mm-mm.
It's dormant?
Taken apart, and from that check, it's been repurposed.
Repurposed. Okay, so something has repurposed it rather than it got in here and repurposed itself.
Mm-hmm.
Can you figure out what number it was?
Is it a probe or is it or is it one of the robot guys we fought?
It's the exact same design. There's no number.
Okay.
Any kind of tool marks that would indicate an organic being worked on it, or is it very much the sterile robotic kind of?
Yeah, you can't tell.
Okay.
What did you roll on your Arcana?
26.
With that, you can touch the effectively tablet that is touching it. You can tap it on if you'd like.
Yes, please.
The screen comes to life and reads CS3WS. Location, System 4. Status, dormant. Operations complete. Uptime, 621 647 775 705. And then it
Wish I'd
counts
been able
up.
to find a
6,
pen in time.
7, 8, 9, 10.
That is the amount of time this thing has been active. That's really rather a long time.
Can you give us that number again?
A long time. Oh, there.
Ah.
Is that seconds? Or is that like...
Well, you said it was counting up.
It's ticking up live.
Ah, so it is seconds.
That's a very long time.
So that's minutes. That's hours.
So you get the impression with that roll that that little probe wire attached to the main conduit, that's the reading that thing is getting from that particular conduit, that particular main line.
Could be a silly question, but in this world, are there 24 hours to a day?
Yeah. Assume standard Earth
Okay.
time. Well, I'm not going to invent a new time system for this.
Okay, cool.
Hour.
That's 7,194,997 days.
That's quite a lot of them.
Yes. If that's a day, if we say 365, that's 19,712 years.
Yeah, just shy of 20,000 years, right?
Yeah. That's a very long time.
Yes.
But it's just been sitting here. Has it done its probe job?
Yeah.
Sorry, was there a question for me?
Not yet.
Is it done, basically?
Is it done its job? Oh,
Yeah, it
operations
said-
complete.
Yeah, it said operation complete.
I think it may behoove us to move a little further in and see if we can
Is that-
ordain.
Is the
what-
operation complete the status of the probe thing, or the robot thing, or is it status of the station itself, do you think?
What was the interface you interacted with? Is that an interface on the probe or on something else?
So Ido touched a tablet that was resting on its side. There is a wire coming from that tablet and touching one of the 2 wires that are coming out of the probe. You may roll me a history check. DC is 10.
I made it, but not by a lot.
Vax has made it, not by a lot. Got an 11.
yeah,
Sorry.
no,
What was the
11.
check?
History DC 10.
Okay. 22.
You will, all of you who made it will remember that that is the exact status that you saw in the prophecies station when you were flipping between. It is the exact same status.
Yeah, so it's talking about the station itself.
This one's operations complete, and the others I think had it. Interesting.
If this is connecting to one of the wires, what if we connect this tablet to the other wire? Maybe it will give us a different readout.
Yeah.
You don't actually done.
Can I check that we're not going to, with as much understanding of electronics as I can possibly muster, which will be a 14 Arcana check, is this likely to cause a short out?
Nope.
Cool. Can I then move the cable?
Probe the other wire.
Yep.
The text flickers and changes, and you get a new readout.
Ooh.
CS3WS. Location: System 4. Cambia Core. Celestial Research Exclusion Zone. Status: Active. Divine Construction Manufacturer 68%. Uptime: 309 835 523 525 667 021.
That is a lot longer.
Huh. Okay. Let me pump this number into.
On the assumption that this corridor is mirrored, Vaxis is looking for a similar panel on the other side to try and open.
Roll me an investigation.
When your years start being measured in exponents, it's a concerning time.
Okay, I'm going to use my portent. Give me a 15.
Are you looking? Or are you using brute force? How are you investigating this side? Given that it was a hairline crack on the side that you have found.
Okay, so Vaxis will brush his hands across it. He knows roughly where the panel should be. So if he can identify the hairline crack with his finger, then he'll pull out something.
So
And
you find nothing.
maybe the sword and use it like a crowbar. No? Okay.
No.
If you sort of knock on there, can you hear if there is a hollow space behind there?
Doesn't sound like it.
And if I do it on next to where the other place was, it would sound hollow?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Perhaps move a little further in, chaps, see what's
Yeah.
what.
Vax will move up and try and feel around there to see if he can find another hairline. And then knock for a void.
Don't find any more.
There's machinery in here, you said. We could hear it.
Yeah, it is akin to being on the other side of a door to a huge, monstrous machine floor.
Engine or...
I know machinery. Let's take a little look. Can I try the door?
There is a little light panel similar to the ones that you saw at the other facility right next to it.
Ooh, can I get some
okay.
clarification?
Mhm.
When the was it a case of unplugging the wire from the pad to plug in the other wire into the same pad?
So it was so imagine you're doing like it's a real life analogy of you're measuring for electrical resistance on things, and you're getting your probe sensor and putting on different
Like a
things.
multimeter thing.
Like a multimeter, exactly. In this case, you're doing the two different wires that are coming off either side of this probe. So the probe is doing something with the signal and going from one state to another.
So, did us changing things around
You
seem
did it.
to
You're
act-
not changing. All you're doing is measuring or sneak peeking at the data coming out of either side of this.
Imagine it's like an HTML header. We're only reading that bit of it, and there's stuff in the middle that we're not even privy to because the amount of data flowing through it is too big. It's like, and the probe is doing something in the middle. Did you
Right.
put MQ in your?
So I was just
No.
double checking that us fiddling around the wires hadn't activated anything.
No, you haven't. You haven't changed the state of this thing. Nothing reacts when you do it. You appear to be just reading off whatever the thing is attached to.
Okay, so something is dormant and something else, the divine construct manufacturer, is active, and both of those things are true at the same time.
Roll me intelligence check.
I just want to check that they're not referring to the same process and something weird is going on. No, you know what? Never mind.
That's as good a guess
5.
as any.
Yeah.
What would I get there with an 18? Oh no, hang on. Sorry, that's with proficiency. Just with the 12.
Good as guess as any.
Can
All
I
theories are valid at the moment.
can I head back to this room very quickly?
Mhm.
Ooh.
And can I take, for want of a better word, the multimeter
Mhm.
cable? And can I plug it into the crystal we've been given?
Sure. You get garbage data spat out to the iPad.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Right, fair enough. Lovely. Yeah, in that case, come back to the door and I'll push the button in the hopes that it'll...
Oh gosh.
The
Is
doors
this,
open. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I assume you're about to describe it, so I'll hold my question.
The doors open to reveal a long observation room that goes off in both directions. Windows 50 feet tall line the wall in front of you, and beyond lies a vast and bright chamber. In the centre, a singular machine is bathed in a white and blue glow that pulsates in time of a hum. A number of mirrors occupy the space and appear to divert these waves of energy down transparent glass tubes off into various other parts of this facility. As you watch, the machine gives off a massive pulse of energy, and it collides with the window in front of you, and all you can see of that room is an intense bright light. Hairline cracks begin to form up and down the surface of the window.
Vax just put some sunglasses.
Cracks appear on the surface of the window.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we want to be here.
No.
Can I cast Mend on the window?
You can. And you do that against one of the many, many cracks that are forming, threatening to break this thing. And it begins to
try
reform.
calling out to... Hello, is anybody there? Any vast intelligences native to the place? Anybody?
Don't hear a response.
Krella? You here?
Silence, other than this large wave of energy that is just
Can I
against the thing.
ascertain whether this is normal operation of this thing, or is this thing truly unspooling and going loose?
Yeah, roll me a perception. Investigation if you want to touch it.
Were there any cracks on the window before this pulse went off?
No.
Oh, okay,
Um,
good.
So that was perception, investigation if I want to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
I never said I was a wise man. 30.
Is this to touch the cracks?
You can touch the window.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because as a point of clarification, to cast mend, I have to touch the thing. that I'm
Mhm.
mending. So if that has any impact, I have
Sure,
physically
sure.
touched the window.
30.
So you notice as you're beginning to get really close to the thing, and as Goon casts his
does.
mending spell, he fixes a tiny little part of it. But as you watch, other parts are also being repaired, and very slowly, as the energy wave dies down, the cracks start to disappear, and the window begins to reform.
That is fascinating. Have any pieces of the window broken off during this?
No.
It's all been self-contained within the panel itself.
Can I
That's
see
very
gouges carved out of the floor on the other side of the window there?
You can.
interesting. Are they being remade and reformed?
I'll let the roll carry. They are, but at a much slower rate. Maybe
So that's closer to the.
it's closer to the machine itself. It could be that it takes a long time to repair and it's not keeping up. Who knows? But it is
Jolly good.
slowly but surely repairing. However, who knows when the next wave will be?
Well then, chaps, I suggest maybe sticking around here too long isn't possibly the best idea, but I must say I'm very curious as to what's further in.
What-
I am as well.
What's this thing here?
Various random machinery
Oh,
on nothing of particular just flavour.
Wall gubbins.
That's
Yes.
I put a lot of wall gubbins in Western
Mhm.
Wales. I know your pain.
The one thing I will say before you depart from the window, you can see signs above. I'll let Goon move back to position.
Yeah.
Above each, so you can see some. Hopefully, you can see some doors like there.
Nope.
Nope,
Nope.
just out of view.
I can see a door
Let
there.
me click on you. Oh,
I can
okay,
see a
that's
door
fair.
there.
Okay,
I
yeah.
can
So there's a
also
door.
see
So
one
okay,
of
the
cracks.
door on the left-hand side reads research, and the door on the right-hand side reads fabrication. That's it.
Can we see? Are there any other? Is there a sign or something that is perhaps warning of when the next pulse will be, or particular charge levels? Because clearly, if you can go in there, they didn't design that you'd then be vaporized. I assume.
The energy is wild and chaotic. There doesn't appear to be any.
You're assuming that this is normal operating procedures, and
Yeah.
it might not be.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
could
but there
be.
might also be a warning, like
Or
Yeah.
or nobody who is affected by whatever that energy is in there is ever worked on the station ever.
The fact that it's damaging the surroundings makes me feel like it's not intentional. Oh, we can see the entire room
Yeah.
now.
yes. So these marks here,
Mhm.
are they the gouges in the floor, or is that the not the ethereal energy, but that?
No, they are. It is damage to the floor. Doesn't look like it's etheric crystal radiation.
Cool. Okay.
Just where the stress levels of this metal, not even that can withstand the energy being processed by this facility.
Cool. Okay.
I know it's difficult to tell from here, but is like something broken loose on the machine? Does it look like it's in need of repair to keep the energies contained?
I mean, perception check.
Do I have to choose to use my portent before I roll, or can I roll and then go, oh no, I don't like that, I'll use the portent instead?
I believe it's before you know whether you succeeded or failed.
Oh, okay, so I can look at the
You
dice
can roll,
and go,
but then choose.
Yes, okay, that makes sense. I'm going to stick with that. That is a 19 total.
As far as you can tell from this mysterious technology, nothing appears to be broken or loose.
Okay.
Point of clarification. So, is there a? I suppose it's going to be. I'm just reaffirming what's already been said, I guess, because this stuff's being sent out through there.
Mhm.
I assume that there is there's a hole to let it come out the other side.
So
and-
I didn't have the right sort of objects to put there, but effectively this beam is being focused by a set of mirrors that send it down effectively a large tube. A glass tube, so you can see the beam
so it
inside.
is-
So this
Yeah.
energy is coming from somewhere else and then hitting the core of the planet, not the other way around.
I
Say
thought
again?
it was going out.
No, I thought.
Oh, it's
I
going
thought
out. So it's
It's
coming
going,
out
it's
from the
going
planet.
in.
Oh, it's going in.
Yeah, that's right. This is going from to somewhere in the station, into the thing, down into the core of the planet.
Sorry, to clarify, it's going into this facility from the planet energy core up into facility.
Okay.
Facility
And then-
processes energy. You're
Right.
muted, sir.
Joe, you're
I know
muted.
you're muted.
That's a shame because I was explaining it really succinctly.
All right, let's go and have a look in this next room. I think.
Yes, let's. Click.
Thank you.
Slowly start to descend some stairs and find yourself in another room.
Ooh. Ooh.
What was this one called?
Science.
Research.
Ah,
The door opens to a laboratory of some kind. The focus of the room is a solitary reclining chair, and that reclining chair, almost identical in design to the ones you sat at the other facility. The key difference, however, is that on one side, where an armrest would be, is embedded directly into the table instead, and a large open tubular machine sits invitingly next to another glass panel. The screen currently reads "Awaiting
ooh,
Awaiting.
you froze there for a
sample."
second. Sample.
Waiting
okay.
sample.
Are we the sample?
Is there somewhere? Is there a receptacle that looks like it would accept a sample? And if so, what sort of size is it?
I think the tube, so human-sized.
No, so the chair is next to this thing, and there's a open tube that sort of would fit around an arm.
Right. I mean,
Uh,
do you want
Oh,
me
it's
to?
one.
Do you want me to sit in it?
Why don't we turn? Oh, Jesus. We could try and just hotwire the machine and make
Only-
it tell us things.
Obstacle.
well, or I can give it a go. You got ill after having that powder stuff. Should we take it in turns to get ill?
All right.
Uh,
For science, I guess.
yes. I'll sit in the chair. And
As you sit in the chair, you'll find that the arm naturally rests inside the tube.
Yep.
And if you leave it there long enough, the tube will rotate to encompass your arm. A small window appears in the top to allow you to view inside.
oh,
A tiny robotic arm with a tiny needle swivels out and hovers over your arm. You hear a small hum, and the needle is engulfed in energy, not unlike a microscopic lightsaber, which plunges directly into your arm. You feel no
Ow.
pain or
Oh.
any physical sensation of any kind. But seconds later, a glass vial exudes from the machine with a tiny drop of blood inside. If you wait a moment longer, the machine emits another hum, and again a second arm appears. This time, no physical sensation, but a shiver runs down your spine, as if it has touched some fundamental part of your soul. This time, the glass vial extrudes from the machine is filled with a tiny speck of light. A robotic voice speaks, analysing, reading genetic encoding, analysing, identifying celestial markers. Analysis complete. So, let me consult this thing. So for Goon, the tablet will update and you get the words processing genetic material, pure sample provided, TSF1 mutation detected, Wayfinger candidate, Psychic resonance field processing. No divine signatures detected. That's a lie, actually. Multiple divine signatures detected.
Can you clarify? He doesn't know if it's voice operated or not.
And you will get a... You get a... basically, the screen flicks, and you get a single log entry with Category 1, Category 1 Greater Divine Being detected.
Okay.
And the
can I-
date is hours ago.
Hours ago.
Does that line up to when we were asleep?
It might be.
Told you. What's that
Right.
god chum of Jex's?
We never
Istis.
got a name.
Or is this your one?
This is my one. But she's normally they usually operate a little more overtly. And with beaches, there's usually beaches. They like beaches. Well, no, Istis doesn't like beaches. It's the other one. There's this other thing that I've run into a
Istis
few.
loves beaches.
Istis loves beaches. There's another one that I've met a few times though that's odd.
But these guys don't rub at the water, do they?
No.
Cool.
Yeah, I would have thought we would have remembered the beach.
Well, yeah, it's not like something to get.
And then the tube swivels back around again, and you can lift your arm.
Cool. Does anyone else want to go?
I'm curious as to see when the last time I was affected by such a thing would be.
Yeah, and I'll give it a
Very
sleep.
well.
Yeah, I'll let it take a sample of the old hemolymph.
Processing genetic material. Stable sample provided. Multiple single-strand breaks detected. TSF1 mutation detected. Waveringer candidate. Psychic resonance field processing. Multiple divine signatures detected.
Oh, more notes.
So, I don't know if you can see this. So you get a little graph that looks like the top one.
Oh.
Basically, over time, it refines it. And so what it's doing is it's filtering out the background radiation of divine energy that is in your bloodstream.
So
your
we
soul.
can track back to see where... Hang on, no. We
Where
can
the
track
divine
back to
contact
see
happened.
the times from our time frame of reference where there were manipulations.
So,
Could
For
I
Ivo.
attempt to make
Oh.
some kind of check to load this onto an iPad?
roll me an Arcana.
I don't want to. I'd like to use my natural 20 portent die.
Sure, you can keep this for later.
Okay, I'm not shitting you. I rolled just in case.
Ooh.
20.
Nice. All right. Okay.
Well, I mean, you get to recharge your portent dice.
Yeah, that was
Was that
for
20 anyway?
that was for recharging the
Yeah.
portent die.
Swipe over to the next screen. You get multiple log entries.
Yeah.
Category 1, divine, greater divine being. Divine manifestation. Classification. C0, P4, N0, M9. Divine manifestation. C0, P4, N0, M9. Obfuscated divine construct. Coronifer agent.
Oh yes. Yes.
Is that Krella or?
No,
Another.
that was that woman that we met on the
I thought that
pirate
was
ship.
Krella.
Is that Krella?
Corella
On the
is a
cruise ship.
subdivision of Coronifer.
It's true. Hmm.
I'd like to have a look at my history now as
Please.
well. So yeah,
Processing genetic material. Stable sample provided. Multiple single-strand breaks detected. DNA repair in progress. TSF1 mutation detected. Waveringer candidate. NRF3 genetic marker detected. Psychic resonance field processing. Multiple divine signatures detected. And Vaxis's list is Category 1, Greater Divine Being. Divine Manifestation. C0, P4, N0, M9. Divine Manifestation. C0, P4, M0, M9. Obfuscated Divine Construct. Divine Manifestation. C0, P4, N0, M9. Void touched. Coronifer agent.
My DNA's getting repaired.
Repair
Didn't say
in
that.
progress, not necessarily getting
Okay,
repaired.
okay.
Does my DNA not need repairing, or am I a hopeless
Well,
case?
Well, you weren't void touched. That was the main difference that I could see between the two. It's interesting that you both provided a stable sample, whereas mine was classed as a pure sample.
Yes. Rune, would you care to?
Oh, I'm going to be all kinds of nonsense, sure.
I know.
Yeah.
And we love you so.
Your are nonsense.
Thank you.
Right. So, Brune, you're also doing it?
Yep.
Processing genetic material. Corrupted sample provided. PS, F1 mutation detected. Wavebringer candidate. Warning, complete genomic instability detected. Warning, aetheric corruption. Warning, divine corruption. Warning, causality effusion detected. Warning, parasitic influence detected. Psychic resonance field processing. Multiple divine signatures detected.
But it doesn't say
Well-
Coronifer agent.
I haven't gone to the logs of the...
Oh, right, yeah.
haven't got to that bit yet.
Yeah.
It's just got bad. Eh.
Runes logs. Causality corruption. Category 1, created divine being. Category 1, created divine being. Divine manifestation. Classification Z0, P4, N0, M9. Coronifer agent. Divine manifestation. Classification C0, P4, N0, M9. Obfuscated divine construct. Obfuscated divine construct. Causality corruption. I will post. Please post.
Yeah.
Oh, it fucking didn't.
Out of curiosity, was it just Rune that wasn't classed as Wavebringer?
If I apologize if I didn't read it out. She is
Okay.
classified as.
Okay, oh,
Yeah,
right, okay.
It's
okay.
definitely classified.
That's fine.
by me.
1 second. I didn't do that one.
I'm just all kinds of extra nonsense.
Well, the fact that I'm void touched, I thought that it would bring up the fact that I've got the etheric radiation in me. But I assume that void touched is just that equivalent, but more so.
Right. Let's try this.
Ooh.
Oh, this is handy.
Yeah, that's really good. I have 2 obfuscated divine constructs. Coronifer agent. Oh, I am a Coronifer agent.
No.
Oh no, so that's in reference to the fact that I've encountered a Coronifer agent.
I've
Is the-
encountered 2 unique Coronifer agents.
For example, the IDO only Coronifer agent, could one make the supposition that was when the thing intervened to stop my planet getting meteored? Or is that a more direct...
So, I mentioned to you that the very bottom entry was like a couple of hours ago. I am.
Oh, so these are in chronological order.
These are in chronological order. I am not going to go and give you exact time references. What I will say is that, with the exception of the very first row, everything else is in campaign that we've discussed in session.
You see, that's super handy for me.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
I know
what-
that. I have.
What a little
Okay.
treat.
I am hiding the column that says exactly how you met.
Yeah.
I can get that back.
What happens if I put the crystal in the analyzer?
Ooh.
Nothing happens.
It has to be an organism.
Mm.
Yeah.
Has to be
I
an
think
arm.
so, but...
They
What
would
if
have-
the orderly puts an arm in there? I'm curious.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Fuck! At what point was he created?
I don't know. I can get you a specific answer to that in the week if I text you.
Cool. Anything that is a item for Vaxis, item for Ido,
Yeah.
would also cover your assistant if it was alive at that point.
Yeah.
The exception being that the
mine
bottommost
only-
entry, the orderly, is also in that list.
Yeah. My supposition is that Ida only Coronifer agent is going to be me talking to the person in the casino because I spoke to them more. Actually, no, I didn't because Rune and Jack spoke to them a lot more closely. Oh, this is just my
and
internal
you
monologue
as
now.
well,
I shouldn't be saying this out loud. Huh.
I think I know what the very first one is for me.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, when my ship was blown up or attacked, I met Istis, and I think that's the causality
That's that
corruption.
thing, yeah.
So, and then probably also Category 1 Greater Divine Being. So both of them at the same time. You remember that conversation that I had about somebody said something like I have free will.
I do.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe. Interesting. Is this a complete list according to this machine?
According to this machine, it is a complete list. Richard is obviously a fallible, puny human being, and therefore might have missed.
The interesting thing is,
My
I think I've received more than one item from the Coronifer probes.
Mhm.
Therefore, it is a reasonable supposition that that is not counted as contact with a Coronifer agent.
You can make that assumption.
That's the logical leap that I, with a sleep-deprived, stupid-ass Joe brain, can make. Ido may make that supposition.
As far as the casino is concerned, my understanding was only Jet spoke to the one that was in the actual casino games floor.
Well, I spoke to her when I went and chased after her, and I was in the safe room with her.
That is factored into this list.
That is factored into this list. Neat.
I'm just making sure that I have not forgotten other people who talked to that person.
I thought Goon had, but that I could just be getting.
I
him
didn't
mixed
think
up
you
with-
ended up on the casino floor.
Yeah, I could be getting it mixed up with Jex.
Jex absolutely did.
Yeah. So I think that's where my confusion's coming from. Yeah.
Could I get a reminder
Mhm.
of when I encountered that void entity and what it was? If I know.
Roll me a intelligence check. Or a history. I will tell you when, I won't tell you how.
Uh,
It could be your sword.
18.
So looking at the timestamps, that aligns with the temple mission.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Was that when I pile drive that guy through the crystal?
Huh?
Yeah, that's. He said what he said. That's 100% accurate. Do you remember when he picked up that guy and he pile drived him through the crystal, through the floor? It's okay, Ido. There was a lot going on. Yeah, I think we're done in this room.
I think there may be more mysteries further afield inside.
I think so too.
Oh,
And we'll get to them next time.
so
Same spell jar time. Same spell jar.
Real quick, what happens if I lick the big machine?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Metallic.
he's thinking about it.
Strange insect tongue lick machine.
Roll,
Yes.
roll me a con save.
Ooh.
I am super not licking the big machine.
So you know how like video game cartridges have got this special coating that is designed to prevent children from.
I do.
Specifically
I
the
do.
Switch games, yes.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah.
It is covered in that.
I mean, I was talking about the big machine in the next row and the one with all the
Oh,
glowing.
that one! Oh, you don't want to do that.
No, I know I don't. Honestly, I was surprised at how calm you were about that suggestion.
Oh no, I thought you were going to lick this machine.
No. Oh, this machine is pedestrian, boring, and presumably tasteless.
Cool. That's where we'll
Yeah.
leave it for this session. I hope you
Ooh.
enjoyed it.
We did.
Yeah, very much.
I am.
Yeah, lots of intrigue.
All the intrigue.
I see a lot of listening to this game in my future.
Oh,
And
Yes.
doing friggin' detective work by candlelight.
whilst I remember, I will do this. I will adapt that one, adapt that one, that one, that one, and that one. There we go, just for full completeness.
Ooh.
Ooh, oh, you absolute babe. I was going to have to transcribe that.
There you go.
All right, are we good to stop the recording then?
We are good to stop the recording.